Hello everyone, and welcome to my Young and Restless official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Daniel invited Heather to his apartment to discuss an important issue. Heather seemed apprehensive when she stepped inside after Daniel answered the door. Daniel noted that Lucy was elsewhere for the afternoon. Heather remembered that Lucy was taking a class in watercolor painting. Daniel mentioned Heather having recently dropped the L-bomb on him, and he asked for clarification about her feelings for him. Heather confirmed that she was falling back in love. Daniel recalled their kiss on New Year's Eve. Heather said she was glad the kiss had made an impression because she yearned to see where a reconnection might take them. Daniel replied, "Yeah, but Heather, I'm with Lily now." Heather asked Daniel if they might have a chance if he was not with Lily. Daniel answered that they could, though he clarified that Lily was in his life. Heather asked Daniel if he was in love with Lily. Daniel admitted that his and Lily's relationship had not yet reached the level of being in love. Heather asked Daniel if he desired a future with Lily instead of making their own family whole again. Daniel admitted he was not sure. Heather clarified that though she had no intentions of hurting Lily, she would not give up on fighting for their family. Heather reminded Daniel how happy they had been and how they had planned a lifetime together. Daniel blamed himself for ruining their plans. Heather praised Daniel for finding his way back to being the man she had fallen in love with years before. Heather happily observed that Lucy was happy, felt protected, and desired to have her family together. Heather added, "I want us back." Heather explained to Daniel that she had moved with Lucy to Portugal to give him space to figure out who he was and what he wanted. Heather told Daniel that she had held out hope he might want to reunite with her and Lucy. Daniel recalled that Heather had become involved with someone while living in Portugal. Heather replied, "A safe person. A man I knew wouldn't break my heart." Heather suggested that she and Daniel might start over, explaining that she was not hesitant about going after what she wanted. Heather cried that she had never given up hope that she and Daniel could raise their daughter together. Heather told Daniel he could ask her to leave, though she felt he did not want her to leave. Daniel kissed Heather on the lips. The couple continued kissing in Daniel's bedroom, where they undressed each other and made love. Afterward, Heather snuggled close to Daniel and asked him if she was alone in feeling what had just happened between them. Daniel replied, "You're not alone." Victoria reluctantly joined Nikki at Society for coffee. Victoria asked her mother how she was doing and if she was worried about Seth. Nikki, sounding frustrated, admitted she was tired of people tiptoeing around her because they were worried that she might drink. Nikki apologized for making her family and friends feel as if they had to carefully watch their actions and words. Victoria vowed to support her mother and insisted that Nikki would beat her addiction. Nikki asked about Claire. Victoria replied that Victor, not Claire, was her main concern. Victoria happily reported that Claire had allowed her and Cole to visit. Becoming emotional, Victoria cried that she had hugged Claire and held her daughter in her arms for the first time ever. Victoria wiped away a tear and acknowledged that Nikki had apprehensions about Claire's intentions. Victoria was adamant that her maternal instincts had led her to believe that Claire desired to turn her life around. Victoria informed her mother that she and Cole would support Claire during her recovery. Victoria complained that even though Victor had accepted Claire, he had summoned Cole to the ranch and questioned him about his relationship with Victoria. Nikki replied, "Well, you know how the past has a way of creeping up on you." Victoria maintained that she and Cole only wanted to help their daughter. Nikki reminded Victoria that Victoria's feelings might change if she and Cole desired to create the family they believed Claire deserved. Victoria said she considered it offensive that her mom believed she would swoon into Cole's arms. Recalling how Cole had hurt Victoria in the past and Victor's desire to protect his children, Nikki said it was a valid concern. Victoria insisted that neither she nor Cole was thinking about rekindling a romance. Victoria complained that Victor had no right to draw a line in the sand because both she and Claire needed Cole's support. At Newman Enterprises, Adam updated Victor. Adam said he and Nick were coordinating to finalize an acquisition. Adam gave equal credit to Nick for his contributions. Victor replied, "Do you know how much I like to hear that?" Adam said he did. Victor told Adam it warmed the cockles of his heart to know that his sons were working together instead of against each other. Adam thanked Victor for strong-arming him and his brother into working together. Victor boasted that his sons could move mountains together. Adam promised to prove himself to his dad and to all those who had doubted him. Adam noted that his position would likely be challenged when Victoria returned. Victor assured Adam that his place at the company was secure unless he gave Victor a reason to change his mind. Adam replied that things were going well in every facet of his life, so he was not about to screw up in any way. Victor noticed Adam smiling when he read a text message. Victor said, "I know you're still seeing Sally's spectra." Victor said that he did not believe Sally was good enough for either of his sons. Victor acknowledged that Sally was more closely drawn to Adam, explaining that what the heart wanted was an unstoppable force. Adam replied that Victor's sentiment was about as close to a blessing as he could expect as far as Sally was concerned. Victor replied that he would try to trust Sally if Adam did. At Crimson Lights, Nick and Sally ran into each other. Sally broke the ice by mentioning Sharon's successful launch of Cassidy first, lauding it as inspiring. Nick agreed. Sally said she was equally inspired knowing that Nick and Adam were working together. Nick laughed and replied, "You mean because it didn't end in a cage fight?" Nick mentioned Sally and Adam's appearance together at the launch party and said it appeared they were giving their relationship another shot. Sally agreed that she and Adam had reconnected. Nick told Sally he was happy for her, adding that she always followed her heart. Sally apologized to Nick for the pain she had caused him. Nick assured Sally that all was okay. Sally asked Nick if they could be friends. Nick paused briefly before agreeing they could be friends. Nick and Sally shared a warm embrace. Sally thanked Nick before she left. Sharon stepped out of the back room and caught Nick's attention. Nick sighed and asked, "What?" Sharon replied, "You're hurting more than you're letting on, aren't you?" Nick assured Sharon that he genuinely wanted the best for Sally, though he was certain that Adam would eventually hurt her again. Sharon acknowledged that, while love could be wonderful, it was a risky proposition. Recalling her past with Nick, Sharon observed that she had gained knowledge as her priorities had shifted. Nick said that after having almost lost Sharon and Faith and surviving the attack from Jordan, he realized how much he valued protecting his family and being the best father, son, and brother he could be. Sharon replied, "That will be a Herculean effort when it comes to Adam." Nick, sounding hopeful, told Sharon he was fine with sharing the top spot with Adam, explaining that he had never been as excited about being back at Newman. Nick laughed and added that the idea of being in love again sounded exhausting. Sharon agreed, adding that she would rather focus on being a good mom and running her company. Sharon noted that though it had taken her and Nick a long time to find themselves, they finally had. Nick invited Sharon to have lunch. Sally was busily working as she occupied a seat at Society's bar counter. Adam joined Sally and greeted her with a kiss. Sally said she was glad Adam could take a break from his busy schedule at Newman Enterprises. Adam happily announced, "Victor practically gave us his blessing."